Hi kids, are we ready to listen to Jack and the Beanstalk? Once there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother. They were very poor. One day, Jack's mother told Jack to sell their cow at market to get money for food. On his way there, he met an old man. "I'll give you magic beans for her," the old man said. "Magic beans?" thought Jack. They sound exciting. He gave the old man the cow and took the beans in return. Then he went home to his mother. Jack's mother was extremely cross. "Silly boy," she shouted. "Thanks to you, we have no cow and no money." She threw the beans out of the window and sent Jack to bed. The next morning, Jack was amazed when he looked out of the window. A giant beanstalk had sprung up while he was sleeping. Jack ran outside and began to climb the beanstalk. Up and up he went, higher and higher, until he reached the top. There he found a road which led to a big house. Jack's tummy was rumbling with hunger, so he knocked on the large wooden door. A giant woman answered, and Jack asked if she would give him some breakfast. "You will be breakfast if my husband finds you," she told Jack. "He is much bigger than me, and he eats children." But Jack begged and pleaded, and at last she let him in. She gave him some bread and milk. Soon they heard loud footsteps. The giant man was coming. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman!" the giant roared. The giant's wife quickly hid Jack in a cupboard. "Don't be silly," the giant's wife said. "You smell the sausages I've cooked. Now sit down and eat." After wolfing down 3 plates of sausages, the giant took out 2 big sacks filled with gold coins. He started to count the coins, but he was sleepy after his big breakfast and soon began to snore. When the giant's wife wasn't looking, Jack crept out of the cupboard and grabbed a sack. Then he rushed out of the house, along the road and straight down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was overjoyed to see him, and she was even happier when she saw the gold. They lived well while the money lasted, but after a year it had all been spent. Once again, Jack and his mother had nothing to eat. "Don't worry, Mother," said Jack. "I'll just go back up the beanstalk to the giant's house." And so he did. Just as before, Jack knocked on the door and begged the giant's wife for something to eat. "Go away," she told him. "The last time you were here, a sack of gold disappeared. My husband was really cross." But once again, Jack begged and pleaded, and at last the woman let him in. She gave him some bread and milk and hid him in the cupboard. Soon the giant stomped in, bellowing, "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman." "Nonsense," said the giant's wife. "You smell the yummy soup I've made." Peeping through a crack in the cupboard door, Jack saw the giant slurp down a big barrel full of soup. Then the giant took out a fat red hen and shouted, "Lay!" To Jack's amazement, the hen laid a golden egg. Jack waited until the giant was asleep. Then when the giant's wife wasn't looking, Jack crept out of the cupboard and snatched the hen. Fast as lightning, he dashed out of the house, along the road and down the beanstalk. Jack and his mother lived very well on the money they made from the hen's golden eggs. But Jack wanted to climb the beanstalk one last time. He knew the giant's wife would not let him in again. So when she wasn't looking, he sneaked into the house and crawled into the cupboard. Before long, the giant came crashing in. "Fee, fi, fo, fum! I smell the blood of an Englishman!" he thundered. "You smell the steaks that I've cooked," his wife said, and she put a platter of steaks in front of him. After gobbling up the steaks, the giant took out a golden harp and said, "Sing!" The harp played a lullaby, and soon the giant was fast asleep. Jack sprang out, took the harp and began to run. But the harp cried, "Master, master!" And the giant woke up. With a roar, he leapt up and ran after Jack. Holding the harp tightly, Jack scrambled down the beanstalk and yelled, "Mother, Mother, bring the axe!" Jack took the axe and started to chop down the beanstalk. The giant quickly climbed back up to the top before it snapped in two. And that was the last time Jack saw him. With the hen and the magic harp, Jack and his mother lived happily ever after, and they were never hungry again. The end. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye for now.